Man, it is about the perfect day to skate around. Of course though, the best day for video is not necessarily the same as the best day for skateboarding, because right now, light is super harsh and I'm having a really hard time getting good lighting on my face. But let's save all that chit-chat for the location scouting episode. And this episode, why don't we talk about button layouts to really optimize them for vlogging? And yes, I am trying a smaller skateboard. I don't really like it yet, but I'm trying it. Try something new. And speaking of trying something new, I am so happy I didn't fall on my face there. So just to be clear, this is not actually about my settings that I use for vlogging. That video is coming up here on the channel, but this video is how to customize your button layout to really make it a lot easier to vlog and make it so that you can change your settings so much faster than out of the box. I've never jumped off of anything before. I don't know how that looked. Did it look good? Now the first thing that you're gonna change is the EVF settings. You're gonna make it so that you have to manually switch your camera from EVF to the screen. First of all, let's talk about the shooting info display. And that's what's going to be on your screen before you hit the record button. And here I leave on everything except the electronic level because I really don't care if my stuff is exactly level. And really when it says it's level, I've always thought it looks kind of out of level, and so I just go with my eyes. But I like to leave the histogram on there. I know a lot of people throw it off, but using histograms actually works really well for checking your exposure as long as you know how to use it. I am happy to be off of those boards because even though they look good in the video, I ate it hard like 4 times. Smoothie this time. So now let's talk about the actual button layouts. So this, you want to go over to the wrench icon, go over to the 5th tab, and the one there at the top, you can customize the buttons on your camera. And what I do is I put the star on AE, or automatic exposure lock. That way, if you have any of your exposure settings on automatic, you can hit that and it won't keep changing. Next, the manual function button next to the shutter, I actually put on ISO. That way I can click that and then spin my dial, and right there I have quick control of ISO. The exposure compensation button I leave on exposure compensation, and what that does is in manual mode it switches between aperture and shutter speed. That way you can change either of those with that little dial really quickly. I leave the AF/MF button where it is, that way I can switch back and forth between autofocus and manual focus, because some shots like the one of the raindrop in my last video, I could not have gotten that shot if I hadn't been using manual focus. And so sometimes manual focus is really handy to have. Flash icon, because I never really use flash, I switch that to my autofocus settings, because sometimes, like right now, I want to have it on face tracking. Sometimes I want to have it on single point, and on rare occasion I want to have it on zone autofocus. And this way it allows me to change my focus settings so much faster than if I had to go into the menu to change my focus setting. The trash can button I set up to switch between my viewfinder and my LCD screen. Because we had already set that up so it manually did it, we want a way that we can quickly switch between the EVF and the LCD. And if you're wondering why I don't have one of my buttons switched to the magnifying glass for manual focus, well, once you switch it to manual focus, the button that centers your AF point actually turns into your magnifying glass. So you don't need to waste a button setting it up to magnify into your photo. And the last thing I do, I just set my shutter button to be my record button. I hope that was helpful. Stay tuned for part 2 of this, where I actually talk about the settings that I use, picture styles, ISO settings, aperture settings, all of that. If I left out anything, let me know down in the comment section. And if you have any other questions about anything we have in any of our videos or not in our videos, let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video before you leave, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. By the way, I like the longboard a lot better than this little tiny one. It's way more comfortable to ride.